The sun is shining, but it is bitterly cold in suburban Chicago as we get ready for a late morning tip-off between the Windy City Bulls and the Westchester Knicks here at Now Arena in suburban Hoffman Estates, Illinois. We also honor the memory of civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The basketball world will remember him with games here in the G League, also in college and NBA level as we celebrate his life and his legacy. We welcome you inside, warm and toasty, Now Arena. Mark Chanowski, Will Purdue with you. Will, Bulls looking for some payback after a lopsided loss on Saturday.
Yeah, it's the discussion of would you rather lose by one or get your clock cleaned? From an emotional standpoint, I think it's easier to recover from when you just play poorly and basically a snowball turned into an avalanche for this Windy City Bulls team. So coaches talked about, they watched film as a team, saw some of the mistakes they made. So the question is now, how do they carry what they saw in film yesterday, along with what the coaches told us was a spirited practice, into this game today? Because literally nothing went right on Saturday. So they can change that tonight, and it starts on the defensive end.
And one big plus, the starting center, the man in the middle, Mr. Double-Double, Adama Sanogo is back.
And that's big for them because big fella Brown for the Knicks had 18 rebounds, and he created havoc in the paint. And he made it very difficult, not only for the Bulls to score, but even get to the rim.
As you look at our starting lineups, the man in the middle, Adama Sanogo, is back. Emmanuel Miller, E.J. Liddell at the forwards, Alex Schumacher, Marcus Domask in the backcourt. For the visiting Westchester Knicks, who come in with a 7-4 regular season record, we mentioned 7'2" Moses Brown, 17 points, 18 rebounds on Saturday. Alex O'Connell, Chuma Okeke at the forwards. The backcourt was dynamite in the game on Saturday. Donovan Williams had 33 points. Damian Baugh had a triple-double. So the Bulls' defense is going to have to be on point after 143 points scored by Westchester on Saturday night. And as you'd expect, 7'2" Moses Brown wins the tap.
Well, the biggest thing was everybody talks about playing with pace, playing fast. But this Knicks team, as you see right here, did exactly what you just saw there. Their ability to turn the corner and attack the rim. They're trying to pick up right where they left off on Saturday. But a little better defensive effort that time. He's denied at the rim, but yet the Knicks still maintain possession.
Yeah, that time Marcus Domask able to cut off Williams on his drive to the basket. He was sensational on Saturday throughout, but especially in the first quarter, getting the Knicks off to a big start. Alex O'Connell, the 6'7" forward out of Creighton, driving into the paint. Pass deflected out of bounds by Schumacher.
And Schumacher doing an excellent job. How did he make that happen? Had his hands waist level. You always hear coaches talk about having your hands prepared, so he was able to jump up and get that deflection.
Difficult inbound pass there from the coffin corner, and Schumacher knocks it away.
And like you talk about, difficult pass. Schumacher knows that, so he can kind of play on that right hip, and as the pass is being made, he can jump in front, much like a defender in football, and just knock it out of bounds.
Alex known for his defense. Baugh trying to beat the shot clock. First rebound of many for Adama Sanogo. He's just 10 away from becoming the all-time franchise leader in rebounds. We'll up that throughout the broadcast.
But without Sanogo on Saturday, what did you see? That usually was Brown's rebound with the Knicks getting a second chance opportunity. Sanogo already making a difference, but also the defensive effort is much better today than it was on Saturday.
A spinning jump shot by Alex Schumacher, getting the offense off to a fast start. Bulls want to make sure that the Knicks aren't able to attack off made baskets, something they were able to do on Saturday. Williams spinning into the paint. He gets that to go and a foul. Chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Donovan Williams, good size for a two-guard, and he used that to his advantage there.
He does, but as you saw at the beginning of the game, he just rips that ball through when he was on the previous play down here and gets himself, he lowers that left shoulder, gets into the chest of the defender, gets that shoulder pass just enough where he has the advantage. But remember, Domask, what did he do the first time? He cut him off. That time he cut him off again. But then the great footwork by Williams, able to jump up and get that fadeaway and then get the foul on the arm.
Yeah, Williams had 33 on Saturday. He was 12 of 16 from the field, and the Bulls really had no answers. Hopefully they'll do a better job defensively in this game today. Miller into the paint, drops it to Sanogo. He gets knocked into, and he'll draw the foul.
I was like, what is taking the officials so long to blow the whistle? He put a saddle on Sanogo's back, So I guess he wanted to give Sonogo the advantage of at least try to shoot the ball before I blow the whistle so I can send you to the free throw line.
And if you're a regular watcher of G League telecasts, you know that on any shooting foul, you only shoot one free throw. So Sonogo will shoot one. He'll get 2 points if he makes it. And that goes down. Good to have Adama back in the lineup. He was bothered by a minor knee strain, worked hard to get his way back, and Bulls are glad to have him here in the second round of their series against the Westchester Knicks. Williams going hard to the hoop, gets that finger roll to go. He kind of denied the screen by Brown and went the other way.
So it'll be interesting to see if he continues to have success turning that corner and getting to the rim when and if the Bulls go to a zone. They didn't do that in Saturday's game to the second half, but that was already when they had a huge deficit.
E.J. Liddell in the paint is cut off, drops it back to Emmanuel Miller. Jump shot is long. Battle for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds. They're going to give it to the Knicks.
But that's the strength of Adama Sonogo right there. You didn't see any of that in Saturday's game because they just didn't have the length. But he has a knack for being around the basketball at all times.
Notice you were chatting with Adama before the game. You give him some words of advice?
Well, I was just asking him how he's feeling. He says, I'm good to go, but he said I'm probably about 80%.
Right.
He said he took a couple games off. That really helped. But, he said, hey, I feel like my teammates need me, and I feel like I can make a difference in this game, so I'm going to come out and play.
Always good to have number 21 in the lineup. As I mentioned, he is a walking double-double. We're going to get the block call there. He crashed into the defender, but did not have legal guarding position, so the foul will go against the Knicks.
Well, that is one guy you'd love to get in foul trouble to get him off the floor. And but that being said, the one thing we learned about this Knicks team is that they are deep. Yep. Good call by the official. You see there by the replay that Williams had his heels inside the restricted area. Easy call.
So Adama, another chance to pick up 2 points at the free throw line, shooting the one foul shot.
When you think about it, they've already got 4 points in this game, Mark, from the free throw line. They had a total of 13 on Saturday.
Right. Yeah, every category was dominant for the Knicks. They had 82 points in the paint. I mean, they had everything going their way in that game. Hopefully, the Bulls can flip the script in the rematch today. Ball working off the Brown screen. Brown with a push-off, and he's going to get called for it. Two hands in the back, they usually spot that, don't they, Will?
Listen, even if it's not a foul, quite honestly, that the officials see, and maybe Adama sold it, right? But when the officials see the extended arms, it's automatic. I mean, you're basically bailing the official out when you do that.
So that's already a couple of fouls on their big man, Moses Brown, and Sagana Diop goes to his bench. Jamal Bey inserted. He had 6 3-pointers in the game on Saturday.
That's huge because that really opens up a hole inside the paint.
You can really work Sonogo to his advantage now. Domask able to shed the defender, misses, but Sonogo there for the rebound. He gets blocked from behind, and the Knicks look to run. They swing the ball to Baugh in the corner. His jumper around and out. Emmanuel Miller looking to push for Windy City. Sonogo, great post position, buries the defender down deep.
Oh.
Bad luck on the shot inside, but E.J. Liddell is there for the putback.
Nice job by E.J. How about coming all the way in from the wing, up underneath the basket, a la Charles Oakley style to pick up that offensive rebound, but the quick jump is able to score before the defenders can react.
Williams again trying to get into the heart of the defense. Sonogo stops him. They have to reset. Williams, the long three-point jumper, no good. And there's no Moses Brown inside for that offensive rebound.
I mean, that totally changes, how the Bulls can play this game. Oh,
Liddell lost the dribble. 2-on-1 for the Knicks. They drop it back to Baugh. He blows the layup. Knicks able to maintain possession. A wild shot by O'Connell. Here come the Bulls the other way. Liddell going right at the defender, gets the shot to go off glass.
Great body control, gets into the chest of the defender, takes the bump. Not enough for the official to make the call, but yet great body control, and then flips it in off the glass.
Step through, Euro step for Chuma Okeke getting the bucket there. Mentioned E.J. Liddell at 6'6", playing the power forward spot. He's the leading scorer for the Bulls, averaging about 16 a game. Nice back cut by Marcus Domask. Good job shielding off the defender, gets the lay-in.
And that's a great job by Domask of switching over to the left hand. That way the defender's got to try to go through his body, which he couldn't do. Protects the ball from the defender, flips it up off the glass. Bulls holding a 12-9 lead here early.
Yeah, much better start here in the early morning in Hoffman Estates. Welcome back to Now Arena for our late morning start. The Bulls against the Westchester Knicks. Time for Will's keys to the game.
Well, I tell you, we've already seen a lot of what I'd hoped to see in this game. So I was talking about, I think, first and foremost was the transition defense, as you talked about, Mark. The speed of which this Knicks team's play, you got to get back even on maids. You know, the Knicks had 34 fast break points, which I can honestly say I don't think I've ever seen from any team at this level or the NBA.
Yeah.
But also what happens when you start getting layups, it collapses the defense. The Knicks were able to hit 6 threes off the fast break as well. Secondly, your perimeter, your initial line of defense has to be better. As you mentioned, 82 points in the paint from the Knicks. Got to try to find a way to slow these guys down, not let them get in the paint. And then finally, you got to rebound. You got out-rebounded by 20 by this team on Saturday. But the big thing is right now, the big fella Brown, who had 18 of them, is sitting out on the bench. Totally different start for this Windy City Bulls team.
Big plus. Now the Bulls have the advantage inside. Okeke missing a late whistle. We're going to get a foul against Jordan Hall, who's just entered the game, along with Jordan Jackson coming off the bench for Billy Donovan.
You know, I'm curious, Mark. You see that play right there, right? It could go, it's a 50-50 ball call, right? It could go either way. You know, whether it's a foul or not, to be determined. But, you know, with KK, if he makes that, the official doesn't blow the whistle. But because he misses, he waits. I don't have a problem with that because everybody talks about, well, let the players decide. Well, that's a perfect example of the official trying to let that happen, but he felt like there was enough contact that gave the defense the advantage.
Sanogo crashing the offensive glass for the tip-in, picks up 2 more boards, gets the defensive rebound and tip-in on the other end. Williams missing on the three-point jumper. Jordan Jackson, who can really leap, the former G League slam dunk champion, skying for the defensive rebound.
Well, it reminded me of the days when I played and I'd work my butt off to get a rebound. No, MJ would come in and steal it.
Yeah, that's true. They lob it inside to Sanogo, trying to power his way over Donovan Williams. He gets the block there.
I think it's a jump ball.
Call it jump ball.
But no, I'd work on Brad Daugherty or Moses Malone or somebody, right?
Yeah.
And I'd be dead to rights with this ball, and I think I'm going to get it, just like you saw there with Sanogo, right? And all of a sudden, MJ would come in and jump over the top of me and reach and snag the rebound from me.
Having that 40-inch plus vertical leap is a nice
plus the
nice
size
asset,
of his hands and the long arms, and then I'd look at him during the next dead ball, and he'd just kind of smile and wink.
So Donovan Williams being asked to defend Sanogo. It's a big challenge for him, giving up a lot of weight. Now they're hand fighting for position.
Sanogo's not happy.
No.
He had a few choice words for the official there.
And Adama able to control the tip. Jordan Hall tries a step back three. That was deflected.
Well, now what I don't understand is how is that not a foul? Because that's one of the things they used to talk to me about when I used to play Shaquille O'Neal, right? I'm oversized, so face guard him, number one. Number two, just prevent him from getting the rebound and let the other 4 guys get it. Williams did an excellent job that time of face guarding, but I thought he had grabbed, it looked like to me, he grabbed Sanogo's arms and locked him down to where he couldn't get over it. Unfortunately, Sanogo reacts, Who do they catch? The second guy.
Yeah, always. So 24-second shot clock violation on the deflected shot by Hall. Okeke for 3, nothing but net.
So let's see what happens. Now you have both bigs out. Brown's in foul trouble. Sanogo's out of the game. How do the Bulls adapt? And let's see what happens to the score here.
Marcus Domas going strong to the basket. Ball jumped. He stayed on the ground, got the easy finish.
Well, nice job. And our guy, Boo Booey's in. Had a great interview with him post-game on Saturday.
The former Northwestern star, all Big Ten guard in his first year as a professional with the Westchester Knicks. Baugh will line up a 3, and that's good as well. That's something they were able to do very effectively in the game on Saturday.
Well, that's 2 straight possessions now with good ball movement, penetration, and kick. Knocked down 2 straight threes.
Jordan Hall pulling up, gets it back to Emmanuel Miller. His jump shot is long. Battle for the loose ball control by Donovan Williams, and they're looking to run at every opportunity. Okeke will try another 3. He made 1, now give him 2.
It's 3 straight. Watching Billy over here, he's still letting his guys play, but now you're down 2, as you pointed out, 18-16. That means that your shot quality needs to improve as well once the Knicks now have started knocking down their shots.
Big run by the Knicks, keyed by the 3-point ball. Bowie will line up a 3. Another one, and all of a sudden, the Knicks get out one of those hot streaks. Raining 3s here at Now Arena. Bowie coming off the bench, giving them a lift after we saw a couple of 3s by Okeke. The 3-point ball's got the Knicks back in front. They're up by 5 late in the first quarter here at Now Arena. Hey, Chicago sports fans, feed your Chicago sports obsession by streaming the Blackhawks, Bulls, and White Sox live on the CHSN mobile app. Starting at $19.99 per month, you can make sure you never miss a minute of the action, including all our G League home telecasts with featuring the Windy City Bulls.
Well, let's see how these Bulls respond. The Knicks just went on a 12-4 run. Bulls had to call timeout, so let's see what they drew up in the huddle, and let's look at the quality of this shot they get on this possession.
Domas trying to get into the paint. Ball is able to stay in front. David Mwaka in at center, giving Adama Sanogo a rest. Long three-pointer is good for Jordan Hall. He's become a real good bench weapon for Windy City.
With a nice job of E.J. Liddell setting a nice screen, which forced the defense to switch. The defender got a little too far away, and they were able to knock down the shot. Nicely done.
Okeke's made a couple of 3s. He'll try another one. It's the step-back variety. He's got it stuck on automatic, Will.
Not only him, but now 5 straight 3s. 15-6 run by this Knicks team.
Yeah, they're shooting 5 of 10 from long distance, and anytime you can shoot at that kind of percentage, it could make for a long game for the opposition defense. E.J. Liddell thought about the 3. Instead, he goes into the paint. Back out to Jordan Hall for 3. Ring that up.
Let's see if you can just make a little stop here. You've got a little rhythm on the offense now. See if you can pick up that intensity again on the defensive end.
Okeke says, why not? This time he misses from three-point land. A couple of Bulls fighting for the loose ball, couldn't get it. Bay will kick it back to Donovan Williams for three. Wow. You got to control that defensive board because that's what leads to that automatic three-point shot on the second chance. Jordan Jackson thought about the three instead, looking for a driving lane.
But that's also now, look at this team. There's a lot of team guys standing around the perimeter. The player movement's not that good. Ball movement's not that good. You're trying to go isolation.
Liddell from Steph Curry range misses. Ball was actually tipped in by Donovan Williams, but Jordan Hall walked by the scorer's table and said, I'll take those two.
Exactly.
You might have done that a couple of times in your career, right? Disputed tip.
Well, I actually learned that from Stacey King. When there's a crowd and a bunch of hands go up, Stacey would raise his hand as he ran down the floor saying, that was my bucket.
Yeah, well, Stacey King was one of the leading scorers in the country at Oklahoma, so he wanted to get those buckets. So you see Billy Donovan looking on. We're going to have our part two of our interview with Billy coming up at halftime. Boo Buie able to get a driving lane on the baseline. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot one.
Yeah, good call. Schumacher kind of got stuck in no man's land. He did a nice job of moving his feet, but, it's just so difficult when that basketball is just sitting out there. He tried to, poke that away, but then put him in a disadvantage defensively. Boo Buie did an excellent job of just lowering that shoulder. Even though he initiated the contact, I thought it was a good call by the official.
Buie now with 5 points in the opening quarter. Schumacher losing the ball, pressured by Buie. The Knicks come the other way. Bulls with 4 team fouls, so the Knicks will shoot on any subsequent fouls this quarter. Buie from long distance comes up short.
Remember we were talking to Boo Buie after the game, and I asked him about, adapting to the G League coming from college, especially coming off the bench. What does he look for? And he's like, well, I just kind of look at what I think is needed from my team. So he obviously thinks that his team needs him to knock down a couple threes.
Yeah, he's always been offensive-minded, let's put it that way. Not shy to put up shots.
But I would love to have that kid on my team, either as a starter or a kid coming off the bench, because the one thing I think we'll both attest to is he comes out and he plays hard.
He is the all-time leading scorer at Northwestern, played 5 seasons for Chris Collins, a couple of NCAA tournament appearances, and as I mentioned, an all Big Ten guard a year ago. Schumacher coming off the screen by Liddell. They said that was not a legal screen, so a foul on Liddell.
So I'm curious. You said that Boo Buie is the all-time leading scorer at Northwestern, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is that justification to retire a jersey at the college level?
Could be. Could be. I mean, he's one of the all-time standouts there. Led them to a couple of NCAA tournament appearances.
And that's the other thing, considering that, those are few and far between at Northwestern.
Right.
Right. What he's done there carries a lot of weight. Means a lot to that university.
Caden Rice just comes into the game. He thought he'd get in on a three-point party, but his shot was long. Knicks, though, able to get an offensive rebound. Buie gets right to the rim, but misses, and Milwaukee pulls it down. E.J. Liddell trying to get between 2 defenders. Bulls will have to reset. Final minute to the opening quarter. Milwaukee with post position against Bay. Jordan Jackson will line up a 3-ball. That's long.
But even though Jackson got the shot, the reason why he got the shot is because Hall cut off the weak side, which collapsed the defense and allowed them to make the skip pass for Jordan to get. I thought that was a good shot. He just didn't get it to go in.
Okeke blowing by Jordan Hall. He'll draw the foul.
Now, the last couple times down the floor, what did we see? It was basically you had 6 straight possessions, not necessarily 6 straight threes by the Knicks, but 6 straight possessions because that 6th three was off an offensive rebound. So they made 6 out of 7 shots with 6 straight threes. The Bulls have done an excellent job now of extending their defense, but then the Knicks respond by now they're putting the ball on the deck and looking to attack the rim, and this is what we saw on Saturday, their ability to get to the rim and finish, or their ability to get to the rim and get the foul.
Bulls catch a break as Okeke misses the free throw. Schumacher trying the 2-for-1 situation, but long on the three-point attempt. Now Okeke coming the other way. Buie for 3. That's off the rim. 2 Bulls skying for the rebound. Liddell says, I'll take that. I'm the power forward.
And coach for the Knicks is complaining to the officials about a walk.
Yeah, two guys simultaneously with possession.
I think that he might have something there.
Jordan Hall will try another 3-ball, give him 3 in the opening quarter, and he tells the referee, I got fouled too.
How about Boo Booey with the left hand?
Yeah, well, a good close to the first quarter for the Bulls. Jordan Hall coming off the bench, giving him a big spark. He hits 3 3-pointers, pulling the home team within 2 as we take our first quarter break. Welcome back to Now Arena. As we mentioned, the basketball world and citizens around the United States celebrating the memory of civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King. King holiday has grown bigger and bigger every January, especially in the sports world. We see basketball games being played throughout the day, all of them to honor the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King. You see all the players wearing warm-up jerseys before the game. Honor King, and he's certainly in our minds today as we begin quarter number 2. Bulls close strong. The big man Moses Brown is back as you see Milwaukee trying to body up against him, forces him into a wild miss, but then a late whistle and a foul.
And that's where right there, Milwaukee did an excellent job until the shot went up. And I know he's at a huge disadvantage because remember we talked about Brown got in foul trouble here in the first quarter, but in the game on Saturday had 17 points, 18 rebounds. He was bound and determined to get that ball off, right? And Milwaukee did an excellent job of using his body. But the problem was, Mark, when Brown went to shoot it, he brought his hands down. If he just keeps his hands up, whether Brown makes it or not, that's a great defensive effort. Sometimes you can play really good defense and the guy can still score.
So Brown missing on the free throw attempt. Bulls coming the other way. A little jump hook there by Emmanuel Miller is no good. Still looking for our first points at quarter number 2. Ball speeding into the lane and gets that layup to go. He was sensational in the game on Saturday. He had 25 points, 16 assists, and 12 rebounds. A triple-double for Damian Baugh. Alex Schumacher answering. You'd like to see him under control. He's best in the mid-range, and that time he was able to clear some space and get the 15-footer to go.
Well, as you mentioned in Saturday's broadcast, with the injury to Archie Diacono, he's been put into the primary ball handler spot. It's not his favorite position, but he's actually done a really nice job.
Liddell almost got his hand on that pass, and it winds up as a three-pointer for Jamal Bey. The Bulls right now are without a couple of their guards. Ryan Arcidiacono trying to work his way back from a knee bone bruise. We get a foul. Jordan Hall will go to the line. And Javon Freeman Liberty has been out for a long time. He's had a muscle tear in the knee area, and he's trying to work his way back. And Freeman Liberty was averaging 21 points a game when he got hurt. You really miss his speed in the open court.
Well, that's the guy whose speed can match the speed of this Knicks team. But I also love here what Hall just did, right? We talk about, okay, when the big fella's in, how do we score? You still have to attack the rim because he will come over, as you saw there, and try to block the shot. Whether he does or not, depends on the situation. But what does that do? That leaves the offensive board wide open for Milwaukee. I know that they called the foul, but if you remember, Milwaukee was right there. He would have had the putback if they wouldn't have blown the whistle.
How about Jordan Hall? He's got 13 points in less than 8 minutes of court time. He has become a devastating sixth man. As you see, Knicks head coach, Zagana Job.
Blocking Mark's view.
We found a workaround. We were able to work around the big man.
Well, you mentioned that on Saturday's game, and he heard you, and he turned around and he started laughing. He actually got out of your way for about 2 minutes.
Former first-round draft pick of the Cleveland Cavaliers, had a long NBA career. Now head coach of the Westchester Knicks. Nice hands by Miller to get the steal. Bulls with numbers the other way. Schumacher back to Miller. Good work there to find the open man.
Well, penetration, collapse of the defense. Schumacher notices the Brown's not back yet, and they get able to score at the bucket. But it was a great bounce pass underneath the hands of the defense.
Oh, you always worry about the big man handling the ball in the open court. He tried to get over to cross court to Emmanuel Miller, threw it behind him.
Well, I did that a few times. You look up and you see open court. You start to put
the
ball on the deck. The guards catch up to you. You're like, uh-oh. I remember with the Bulls, like myself, Cartwright, Corzine, Horace, Stacy, we had like a 2-dribble limit. I mean,
it's like a 2-drink minimum, right?
That's right. Technically, we didn't, but in reality, we did. It wasn't like Phil said, you get 2 dribbles. It was, be very careful when and how you use your dribble.
And that foul did not go against Brown, which would have been number 3. It's on the drive by Rice.
Well, great job by Sanogo of sliding over, getting his feet set, also being outside the restricted area. Ooh, see, I don't know about that
for the foul.
That call, because I thought Thomas was set. But what generates the 50-50 call, in my opinion, is the fact that the defender's willing to try to go over the top of the defense and create that contact. Too many times, guys just go the easy route and try to go under the screen and never put any pressure on the official.
Great acceleration by Baugh to set up his teammate Rice. He misses. And another rebound for Adama Sanogo. As I mentioned, closing in on becoming the all-time franchise leader in rebounding.
Well, he's got 6 already in this game, and here we are, still 9 minutes to go in this second quarter.
Sanogo trying to body up against the shot blocker, missing from close range. Ball knocked out of bounds.
I tell you what, trying to guard Sanogo is like trying to stop a freight train.
He is determined in there. Relentless is the word we use to describe
Just look how big
him.
His upper body is, how strong he is. He obviously plays below the rim, but he's just like a bull in a china shop.
And college fans will remember he was the most outstanding player leading Connecticut to the national title a couple of years ago. O'Connell left open in the corner, misses. Schumacher the rebound. Bulls looking to run. Emmanuel Miller going right at the defense. He gets that lay-in to go.
Excellent job, though, by Thomas of running the floor, which made the defender have to make a decision.
Whoa, and there's Baugh speeding in the other way. He is really fast in the open court.
I mean, he reminds me of Jason Kidd when Jason Kidd used to just take the ball and go 94 feet and attack the rim.
Yeah, off a made basket, he's able to speed down court and get an easy 2 for the Knicks. Schumacher gets a look at an open 3. That's offline. Moses Brown at 7-2, the rebound for the Knicks.
But that's the rule in the NBA and the G League. If a defender goes up underneath, then you're supposed to step back and knock down that shot.
Good work by Adama Sanogo. He bodied up on Brown, prevented him from getting some shooting space, and then knocked it away from him.
But also staying on his feet to make the block.
Tough pass there by Domas, kind of at the shins of Sanogo. Yeah, I'm sure you hated those kind of.
Oh, absolutely. Now watch
There's
how
good
he
work
just
here.
bodies. Oh, he did jump. That's, great job, though, of kind of pushing Brown up underneath the basket, so he had to bring the ball back into Sonogo in order to try to score. Great timing with the jump and the block with the left hand.
Yeah, that lob feed took Brown underneath the backboard, so he was trying to work his way back. Sonogo wouldn't let him. This time we get a block shot inside by Jalen Thomas.
A good reaction by Thomas. His man beat him back door, but he didn't give up. He got himself back into play and got it just enough of that ball to cause the miss.
And this is a lineup we haven't seen too much from Billy Donovan, really going with two centers in the lineup with Sonogo and Jalen Thomas.
Well, as you mentioned before the game, they got 4 guys because of injury or, other reasons coming off the bench. And, what did you say, 3 of the 4 guys are
centers,
technically
yeah.
centers?
Nice work by Emmanuel Miller to finish with the left hand. He's getting more and more confident as he plays more games here in Windy City. Sonogo grabbing the loose ball. Bulls looking to push. Domas trying to feed it over to Jalen Thomas. He finally gets control. We get a foul on Moses Brown. That'll be 3.
All right, that'll take him out of the game. Currently, it's with 6:50 to go. Windy City Bulls up 37-36.
Yeah, Windy City's fought their way back. Westchester had a run of 3-pointers, but now the home team is edged in front by 1. Late morning start at Now Arena today. We've got another one coming up on February 6th. Windy City's annual Education Day, presented by BMO, is on the 6th of February. It features a Windy City branded jersey lunchbox giveaway. The 11 a.m. game will also include a pregame career panel and other education-related programming for students of all ages to enjoy. Visit WindyCityBulls.com for more information. This is the finale of an 8-game homestand. As you see, we got a nice crowd here despite the cold weather. Bulls will go on the road for a couple of weeks, and then they'll be back for that Education Day game on February 6th. Thomas unable to convert at the free throw line. Knicks looking to push. Boo Buie cut off by Jalen Thomas, and they'll reset with Damian Baugh out front. Okeke had the big first quarter with 11 points, back on the floor. He'll try another 3 ball. He's hit a couple from there. Ooh. He's got another one to go. Okeke has been on fire from three-point land, now 4 of 5 from long distance.
They want to start getting a hand up and running that guy off the line.
Absolutely, yeah. Make him a driver. Bulls trying to get something going out front. Sonogo coming up to set the screen for Miller. Shot clock at 3. Domask has to get something up at the rim, and it's long off the iron. O'Connell. Knicks with numbers the other way. Okeke from his favorite spot. This time he's long.
He was wide open. He had too much time to think.
Yeah, he was kind of aiming that one. Sonogo switched on to Boo Buie.
Did an excellent job of moving his feet.
Domask able to close out at the three-point line. 24-second shot clock violation. Give credit to Domask for not giving him any airspace.
And also a nice defensive job by both Domask and Sonogo. their ability to just to stay in front of the man, not let him get to the rim, running him off the three, made him take a late contested shot, which created a 24-second violation. Now, take advantage of this turnover. Work on the shot that you get on the other end of the floor. Don't just, because you made a nice stop, come up and jack up the first open shot.
And with Alex Schumacher getting a rest, Marcus Domask is handling ball handling duties, but good work there. Nice back cut. They get a layup for Jordan Hall.
Nicely done. Set his man up, went back door. Excellent pass, threaded the needle. Got a layup with the left hand.
Damian Baugh gets able to get into the paint and draw a foul. It is very difficult to stay in front of a player with that kind of quickness.
But also, Baugh does an excellent job, Mark, of once he gets that shoulder past Jordan Hall, when he jumps into Hall, who jumps at the same time. A lot of contact. Gets the call. I know Hall is frustrated, but thought it was a good call by the official.
Ball will shoot one free throw. Chance to pick up 2 points for the Knicks, and he misses. So a break there for Windy City. Liddell in the open court. Going right at the defense. Hoping to draw a whistle, but that shot over his head is no good. Williams didn't want to shoot the three. The ball comes back to him, and he misses it.
He was trying to spread the wealth.
Jamal Bay wanted the three, but Domask is able to run him off the line. Picks up a foul. That'll be the third team foul on Windy City, so not a shooting situation.
Well, it's a tie ball game, Mark, with 4:49 to go.
Windy City doing a much better job defensively than they did on Saturday. The Knicks scored 41 points in the first quarter, had a 41-15 lead, and it was kind of downhill from there. Bulls doing a much better job in this game today. They drop the ball to Donovan Williams. He lays it in with the left hand. That time, two players committed to the ball, and they left the guy open inside.
That's where old Tom Thibodeau used to talk about, it's not the first action, it's not the second action on defense. It's the third, it's the fourth.
Got to be connected on a string.
Yeah, Milwaukee went over to help, but then nobody helped him. Thus, they gave up a layup.
Jordan Jackson able to draw a foul, and I'm sure Tom Thibodeau is watching this game. He doesn't miss a beat. This is their farm team.
Is there something there that I can bring up to the big club that'll help us be better?
The Knicks are going to be interesting to watch when the playoffs come around. They're not an especially deep team, but I think their starting five is as talented as any team in basketball.
And those starting five play a lot of minutes.
They sure do. All five of them rank in the top 10.
But that's who Tom Thibodeau teams are. That's not only his identity, but that's his team's identities, right? He gets guys that want to play that system, a la Jimmy Butler.
Shot missed from the corner. Bulls able to control the rebound. E.J. Liddell leading the break, 3-on-2. Hall went right to the corner. Three-pointer spins out, but Milwaukee there for the tip-in.
But a nice job of penetrating, sucking in the defense. Then they got to scramble, and when they scramble to get out to try to defend the shot, because of Milwaukee's activity, he's allowed to get under the defender and get that rebound for the putback.
Maybe Okeke's starting to cool off. He misses another three, and the rebound goes to the Bulls. Marcus Domask handling point guard duties for the moment.
That was a really nice pass. The defender wasn't looking, but unfortunately it carried Domask up underneath the basket.
Trapped underneath the bucket. Donovan Williams will draw a foul. He's not having the big offensive game that he did on Saturday night, but still has 8 points already.
Well, let's not wake him up. And I know, Brown's not too happy. I'm sorry, Milwaukee's not too happy with that call because he really didn't do much. I thought he held his ground, but, because he was inside that restricted area, even though he wasn't necessarily trying to come over and help, it looked like to me he was like trying to get out of the way.
I thought Williams was going to leave some more points at the free throw line, but he gets that one to curl back in. We're tied at 43, 3:20 to go in the opening half. As we mentioned, coming up during our halftime festivities, we will have part two of our interview with Billy Donovan. This one we'll get a little bit personal with Billy, talk about his playing career. He walked on for his dad at the University of Florida. Shot by Miller is no good, but he'll go to the line. Emmanuel Miller had 25 points in that losing effort on Saturday Got 6 points so far today. He'll try to pick up 2 more at the free throw line. And we mentioned his physical resemblance to former Bull Jimmy Butler, as you get a good look at Emmanuel Miller.
But what's Jimmy Butler? He's got so many looks now.
Right. He's gone with different color hair dye on his braids every game, depending on his mood, and his mood has been pretty salty lately.
How many moods does he have?
He has many. He's like a rainbow. Shot blocked inside by Milwaukee. Bulls look to run the other way. Marcus Domas getting into the paint. Milwaukee going at the smaller defender over the top. He had Damian Baugh on, and that time took advantage of the matchup.
Well, he did a nice job of attacking. Lost the ball for a second, but I love his poise. Was able to recapture it and then get up and score over the smaller defender.
David Milwaukee giving the Bulls a lift off the bench. They've got a 4-point lead late in the second quarter here at Now Arena. The Windy City Bulls and Bear Family Restaurants have partnered this season to present the Community Assist Program that benefits our good friends at NWSRA. For each Windy City Assist during every home game, Bear Family Restaurants will donate $10 to NWSRA in support of their important programs that benefit our local community. We always tell you about their program, too, with the Big Mac promotion. They delivered our food early, and Darius is already chowing down on those fries. Hot fries on a cold morning is a great treat, as Okeke gets that left-handed shot to go.
Darius loves these Windy City Bulls games. Not only does he get paid, but he gets a free meal.
He deserves a break today. Yeah. He's enjoying himself with some red-hot fries, courtesy
oh, look at you, Mark.
of our friends at Bear Family Restaurants. They always deliver a nice hot package. Darius appreciates it.
Whoa. Wow. If the foul's on anybody, I think unfortunately it's on Miller, but the official didn't see that way, so I think the Bulls got away with one, but
chance to go to the line, pick up 2 points. You know, we mentioned the points in the paint was a huge advantage for the Knicks in the game on Saturday. Knicks just picked up a couple on that last possession, but it's 26-16 in favor of the Bulls. That's quite a turnaround.
They're doing an excellent job of attacking.
Helps to keep that 7'2" center on the bench. Now he's got 3 fouls.
Yep. Can't miss the free throws, though. And that turns out to be an empty possession.
And we got a loose ball foul against Milwaukee. They're going to go the other way and shoot a free throw. Could be a 4-point swing. As you mentioned, those free throws are critical in these games.
Yep.
Billy Donovan.
But also considering the situation and how big Brown is, you know, Adama's going to try to play him as much as possible, but there is some time where Milwaukee's going to be up against Brown, even though he's in foul trouble at the moment. So we don't need silly fouls like that to put, you know, Milwaukee's playing time in jeopardy.
Okeke now with 18 points, pulling the Knicks back into a tie at 47. Schumacher able to draw a foul
from
Alex O'Connell. Yeah, they waved that basket was good. So a chance for a 3-point play for Alex Schumacher.
Excellent.
A little continuation there.
Yep.
Sagana Job can't believe the call.
Sagana's talking to the official about how many steps he took.
Jenna Renault comes over to explain why he got the continuation there.
I'd say that was the definition of continuation.
Now Schumacher will shoot one for the old-fashioned three-point play. Able to knock it down. Alex Schumacher now with 7 points. Bulls back in front by 3. Final 2 minutes of the opening half. Bay will try a 3. He had 6 of them on Saturday. Give him that one. That's his second. He's 2 for 3 from long distance in this game this afternoon.
Oh, careful.
Manuel Miller working off a screen. Still 10 on the shot clock. Little floater in the lane is long, crashing the offensive glass. A couple of tips, no good, and Okeke grabs the loose ball for the Knicks. They got a 2-on-1 advantage. O'Connell gets hung up in the air and just throws it back to midcourt. Donovan Williams getting all the way to the rim and flushes it home. That is some serious hang time, Will.
Yeah, that was nice. But that's the other thing is just can't allow those easy buckets. Somebody's got to slide over, take the charge, or, commit the hard foul and send him to the free throw line. But also that's not only quickness, but explosive quickness.
Yeah, that time the Bulls had a couple of guys crash in the offensive glass, couldn't get back in transition. Liddell missing on the 3. The Knicks looking to run. They got a 3-on-2 advantage again. Bay gets his feet set. Another one. He's 3 out of 4 from long distance. He's been a thorn in the Bulls' side in this 2-game series.
Boy, just the speed, though, of which they attack the rim, which collapses the defense, and the familiarity with one another just drops it off to the corner, and they're able to knock it down.
Alex Schumacher weaving his way through traffic, found an opening on the baseline, knocked down the little 13-foot jumper.
I love the response. Not just hanging out on the perimeter, got aggressive.
Game clock, shot clock are synced up. Knicks holding for the final shot of quarter number 2. It's kind of been a back and forth game. We've already had 11 lead changes. Both teams have had brief 5-point leads. Knicks going for a final shot. Okeke for 3. Liddell challenges, no foul. Sagana Job pleading for a foul call.
I thought they were going to change the call, but they're actually saying there should be 0.7 on the game clock.
There was less than a second difference between game clock and shot clock. The officials dotting the I's, crossing the T's, doing their due diligence. So Windy City will have to inbound here, and that'll be the end of the opening quarter. With Westchester up by 3. Hall, just throw it in towards the bucket. Why not? Whoop! The ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be inbounded. The Knicks will get a chance at one final shot. No one touched that. It's a good idea to try to get the long pass, but unfortunately it went out of bounds.
Yep. I tell you, it was actually a really nice pass. Just a tad too high. And it looks like Miller, may have mistimed his jump just a hair. Just don't let this team score right now. All right.
Williams not able to get the shot off. It's good defense by Alex Schumacher, forcing him to bring it down, then try to go back up. There was not enough time for that. So coming up, we're going to have part 2 of our interview with Windy City Bulls head coach Billy Donovan III. Talk about his playing career and more. Windy City trailing by 3 at halftime. All right, now it's our chance to get to know Billy Donovan III a little bit better. We've talked about your path in coaching. I want to know, what kind of player were you? I saw that you were an all-conference player, scored 1,000 points in high school.
Yeah.
Then you went to college in D.C. and
Yep.
walked on with your dad.
Yep.
Tell us about that whole journey.
So I went to a small Catholic high school in Gainesville, Florida. There wasn't, there was only like 300 kids in the school, so basketball tryouts weren't overly tough or difficult. But no, I had a great time there. I was coached by some really good coaches, that really helped me love the game, like John Sarge Sears, who's a famous 5-star coach, and then Tim Cohane, who had some college experience. So playing for guys like that, definitely helped solidify my love for the game and gave me a passion for it. But and then I got recruited by Catholic University, which is in Washington, D.C., and I thought I wanted to do government service stuff. I don't really know why. But I had a couple internships and quickly realized it's not what I wanted to do. And but coaching was always been in the back of my mind, and so I took the opportunity to come back to the University of Florida and walk on for the basketball team there, where I was with my dad for 3 years, which was great. And the coaching thing kind of started when I would bring guys back late at night, and so I had a chance to room with like Dorian Finney-Smith, Scotty Wilbekin, Casey Prather. So I would bring those guys back in the gym at night, and I would try stuff. Sometimes it was great, sometimes it wouldn't be so great. And once I kind of saw those guys getting better as players, you're kind of like, wow, that's from all the work we put in at night, and over the course of a given season, you kind of see the fruits of that work, and that kind of led me to be like, oh, maybe this is something I could kind of try and pursue. So then I was able to go back to St. Francis Catholic as a head coach, where I taught history for 2 years, and then was a varsity coach there, and then got my opportunity in the G League with the Austin Spurs. Was there for 2 years, where I was doing like everything from laundry to flights to hotels to buses, and in my second year, I got promoted to an assistant coach, which was a great experience with Blake Ahern, and Mitch Johnson was on that staff as well. So just kind of taking it all in, and I was the young guy on staff, so a lot of learning and everything. And then went to Phoenix when Monty Williams first got the job with Phoenix. I was in the video room there for a year. And then my dad got the job the next year at Chicago and asked me if I wanted to be in the video room. And I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. Especially an organization like this, as storied as it is. It was a really cool opportunity to come and work with my dad there.
You're still honing your style, of course. Your first year as head coach here. How would you describe your coaching philosophy, style, like the systems that you're putting in place?
I think I get this from my dad, but I love the offensive side of the ball. But you as a head coach, you understand the importance of the defensive side. I'm not that naive, but I would say just it's about the players first and foremost. I think I get this from working for Coach Monty and working with my dad. Like, they were so willing to serve everybody else around them, and it was never once about them. It was about how can they serve the staff better, what services can they provide to help the players be better. But really, I want to try to create an environment where everyone comes to work with a good mindset, and they're happy to be here, because I think we've all been in situations where work is a grind, and it is a grind. You're driving through snow, or you come through off a back-to-back in Greensboro, you fly in the next day and you got to come to practice. And there's going to be points in times where guys are going to be dragging, but you want them to get to a place where they're excited about the work they're doing and excited about the place that they come in every day. So just trying to keep that environment, upbeat and positive, in a place where they enjoy coming to. And I think just being positive, with them all the time, no matter what we're going through, and trying to be that same guy, every single day has been it's been a challenge, but it's been a good challenge, and the players and staff make it easy.
Well, we're very grateful to have a chance to work with Billy. It's been great throughout the season. Best of luck the rest of the way, and we're going to be back with second half action after a quick timeout. It is halftime at Dow Arena. The Windy City Bulls trailing the Westchester Knicks 55-52. We hope you enjoyed our conversation with head coach Billy Donovan III over the last couple of halftimes. Interesting talking about playing for his dad in Florida. His dad, of course, was a star at Providence, played for Rick Pitino, and Billy was telling me that his dad still keeps in regular contact with Pitino, just talks to him just about every week. Rick Pitino, of course, now the head coach at St. John's and been a big factor in Billy Donovan's career. Of course, Billy now the head coach of the Bulls and his son coaching the Windy City Bulls. We have a nice crowd here on Martin Luther King holiday. We're coming back with first half stats and highlights. Get you ready for the second half after another timeout. We are getting ready for second half action here at Dow Arena in Hoffman Estates. Windy City Bulls trailing the Westchester Knicks 55-52. Alongside Will Perdue, I'm Mark Shanowski, getting ready for the third quarter. And the Bulls did a much better job defensively. In the game Saturday night, the Knicks had 83 points at halftime and the game was over. I think they've done a much better job of locking in on half court.
Yeah, I remember Billy talked to us before the game about how this team watched that Saturday game as a unit and talked about things they needed to do different. And obviously the start was a big part of it. Now, a lot of it had to do with Adama Sanogo, his ability to get some offensive rebounds, but also score in the paint. But as you talked about, I thought they did a much better job as a unit defensively, not only getting back, but also finding shooters. I know the Knicks went through a period where they scored 6 straight threes, but they play at such a high pace. You know, it makes it difficult sometimes to do everything correctly. But much better effort.
How about the rebounding? It was advantage for Westchester on Saturday. The Bulls are leading that category by 10.
Yeah, but it's also, points in the paint. Bulls are leading by 10. Second chance points. Bulls are leading by 3, 8-5. So, the effort has been there, and they've done a much better job of just stacking up, as you talk about, all the hustle stats as well. Now, the interesting thing, Brown got 3 fouls in that first half, so they were able to kind of continue to turn the corner and go at the rim. Brown's back in this game. Can you get that 4th foul quickly, or is he going to create problems here in this third quarter?
Saw on the stats that the Knicks have an advantage from the three-point line, 10-3, and that's something the Bulls have to make sure they close out on those three-point shooters. So KK made 4 in the first half, and then Jamal Bay off the bench hit 3 of them.
Well, Bay, but also it's the two guys that played really well as well on Saturday, Donovan Williams and, as you mentioned, OKK. Got to know where those guys are at all times.
So the Bulls with the opening possession of quarter number 3. They were in a nice play. Sonogo in the corner, going at Moses Brown over the top with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. O'Connell able to win it. Liddell dives on the floor, hustling back on defense.
But that's where E.J. Liddell, Mark, has to do a little better job of identifying. He had a layup, and then he kicked it out. But the guy he kicked it out to was Sonogo in the corner. He's not a three-point shooter.
And Ball able to turn the corner and able to get the basket to go. Now has a few words with Marcus Domask as they jostle coming back up court. Alex Schumacher pulling up. He gets the friendly roll.
A nice job of changing gears. Kind of seesaw with the dribble, gets the defense, off balance and is able to kind of flip it up and get that ball to roll in.
Schumacher now in double figures with 11 points, joining Jordan Hall, who had 15 in the opening half, coming off the bench. Turnover, Miller goes all the way, lays it in. Good work, the spin move and layup by Emmanuel Miller.
Oh, these two are going at each other. Oh, now E.J. Liddell gets in. But E.J. was stepping in for Domask.
We saw some of this on Saturday. Domask was jostling with a couple of the Westchester guards on Saturday, and that's kind of carried over to today. Offsetting technical fouls called.
See, so what happened was I saw that in my peripheral vision. You mentioned it coming down the floor after that last bucket for the Knicks. Williams and Domask were jawing at each other. Well, Domask, what did he do this game that he didn't do on Saturday? He got into the paint and was able to score some points, right at Williams. Williams didn't like that. Williams also had a good first half. They had 14. But he kind of was trying to let Domask know, hey, this is what's going to happen here, right? These two are going at it. And then E.J. Liddell stepped in. And that's usually what's going to get your technical because you're the outside guy coming in, getting yourself involved in something like that. But hopefully Domask understands what E.J. Liddell was doing on his behalf.
Well, Billy Donovan told us that they had a spirited practice yesterday. The Bulls, after getting embarrassed on Saturday night, want to send a message that they're not going to be punked by this Westchester Knicks team, and they've come out with a lot more aggression on the defensive end as you take a look at the Bulls head coach.
They did a much better job, and I think they got to do a better just as I was getting ready to say, they got to do a much better job with their shot quality here in this second half. They shoot a quick 3, and unfortunately it doesn't go in, so it's almost like a wasted possession. You're not putting any pressure on the Knicks defense here.
Ball left open from three-point land. He's long on the jumper, and there's that 7'2" Moses Brown. Did not play much in the first half at all. 7 minutes, 54 seconds because of foul trouble. Okeke trying to work against Marcus Domask. Kicks it out to Williams. He drains the 3 ball from the corner.
I wonder if Sonogo's knee is bothering him.
Yeah, he's missed the last few games because of some knee soreness, and we knew that in his first game back they'd be very careful how they use him. Of course, as a two-way player, the job is to develop his skills. They're not going to take any chances physically of causing any further damage to that knee. As Domask weaves in and lays it, makes a steal on the other end, goes right at Brown, almost gets that left-handed shot to go. Might have been able to draw a foul there as well.
Yep.
O'Connell, though, unfortunately, because of all the action on the other end, was left open in the corner.
That's where the defense has got to talk. Sometimes you get so caught up in guarding your man, you don't look around and see who's open. And as you talked about, O'Connell was wide open for the easiest 3 in this game, either corner.
Yeah, the Bulls got cross-matched, and they didn't identify that O'Connell was wide open for the best shot in basketball, which is the corner 3. Schumacher long, the top of the key. Domask battling for the loose ball. He's going to get called for the foul.
And I'm not going to complain about that call right there.
Right.
That's just a hustle call. Domask did a nice job. Brown went up and got it, but when he brought the ball down there in front of Domask, he tried to steal it from him.
I think part of the Bull strategy is try to get that quick fourth foul against Moses Brown. You see they're really going at the big man.
Yep. And I'm really surprised that the Knicks are actually using Brown to set a screen. That's a little iffy because you could possibly pick up a foul there as well.
Shot clock under 10. Donovan Williams getting into the paint. Boy, he's strong. He puts his head down and misses. Bulls with numbers. E.J. Liddell leading the break. Bodies into OKK, gets the lay-in to go.
Well, he kept waiting for the defender to step up and guard him, and he never really did because they were spread out. So he just took it all the way to the rim and finished.
Liddell called for the foul. The way he positioned his body there, he kind of gave him baseline, and then he tried to recover and got called for the foul.
I know you know, like when you have a guy in that position, you always can use the baseline as an extra defender. But at the same time, you know, one thing we were always taught was never give a guy baseline because where's your help? Yeah. Help's always in the middle of the floor, right? But I don't think it was so much the fact that he, you know, didn't do a good job moving his feet. It's just he stuck his hand out and swiped him across the arm.
Good defense by Milwaukee to reach in on the post-entry pass to Brown. Schumacher in transition is cut off, drops it into his big man, Milwaukee. The little jump hook lays it in.
Boy, great body control, great vision. Gets himself into the paint, able to hesitate, peruse the floor, finds the open man in Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's able to pick it up and score.
They dump the ball inside to Moses Brown. That time, Bulls defense was a little bit scattered, and the big man able to roll the hoop for an easy dunk.
Well, because of how they've shot the three, the defense got spread out, and Brown did an excellent job of just rolling straight to the hoop.
Liddell working off the Milwaukee screen, drops it back to Emmanuel Miller. He goes into paint with the left hand. Milwaukee tries to crash in for the finish.
Here we go.
Get a foul inside. See who's it on.
Who they? Uh-oh, let's see. There
it's
we
go.
go.
Be on Moses Brown. That's foul number 4.
And plus he's bleeding anyway, so he needs to come out of the game.
And immediately you see Jamal Bay running to the scorer's table. He's going to come in for Moses Brown, and the Knicks will go with that smaller lineup again.
And Brown is begging to stay into the game, but you know the coach just can't take that chance with 4 fouls.
It's hard to get any rhythm when you're going in and out because of foul trouble.
Yep. Now, what can the Windy City Bulls do to take advantage of the height that they're now missing?
I thought you were going to say, what can Brown do for you? He can sit on the bench.
Oh, my God. And that's why I'm the analyst and you're the play-by-play guy.
3-point attempt. Marcus Domask is long. OKK, the de facto center right now, gets the rebound. They run the floor with this smaller lineup. What a block. E.J. Liddell comes flying in. He's really mastered that weak side block. The chase down block, a la LeBron James.
A great job with the hustle and the timing to be able to make that block.
And Billy Donovan is going to bring Adama Sanogo back in and maybe take advantage of not having the shot blocker inside as he's taking another look at Liddell.
And I think Liddell might have said a few things to Williams after the block, the way that you look at that body language.
Well, you would know that when you play the same opponent 2 games in a row, there's some hard feelings, especially after the way they drubbed Windy City on Saturday.
That is correct. That's the proper word, drubbed.
Knicks will inbound the ball baseline. They run O'Connell off a screen, not able to get off a shot. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the Knicks. Bulls doing a better job defending that 3-point line. Ball will try a step back 3 over Jordan Hall. Barely drew iron.
There we
Bulls
go.
looking to
got
run.
Got numbers.
3 on 2. Domask looking to get the ball inside. Sanogo with the finish with the left hand.
Immediately.
Ball speeding the other way. O'Connell gets an open look at 3. And the rebound for E.J. Liddell.
Well, I tell you what, that technical foul has definitely fired up E.J. Liddell.
Sanogo burying OKK in the paint, and he'll draw a foul.
Tell you what, I would love to play against Sanogo, but what I would not do is have to guard him. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Brad Doherty, how he can bury guys down into the paint.
He is strong in the low post. Windy City closing in here in the 3rd. Hey, Bulls fans, enjoy the ultimate birthday experience at any Windy City Bulls home game. Windy City's birthday package is perfect for fans of all ages. It includes a scoreboard message, an on-court group photo, and a $10 food and beverage voucher for each member of your party. For more details, visit WindyCityBulls.com.
Well, you can see the game plan for both these teams, Mark. If you look at the three-point shots, Westchester is 12 out of 32. The Windy City Bulls have only attempted 14, only making 3 of them. But then you look at points in the paint, the Bulls have pretty much doubled up the Knicks 40 to 22.
That's been a huge turnaround from what happened in the game on Saturday. Sanogo at the free throw line. He's been perfect there.
I mean, they've done a nice job since Brown went out with the foul trouble and Billy bringing Sanogo in. He's touched the ball every time and done an excellent job. Wow.
Sanogo gets out to challenge Okeke, but he still knocks it down. Chuma Okeke now, that's his 5th three-pointer. Now it's 21 points.
But that's what we talk about. I thought Sanogo's defense was excellent right there. But that's just good defense, just a better shot.
Big Ten battle there. Domask against Northwestern's Boo Buie, and Marcus gets the win. He was a power guard last year at Illinois, helping the Illini to the Elite Eight, and he's continued that here in the G League. Bulls looking to run off the miss. Jordan Hall.
Oh.
Went cross court to pass a little bit behind Liddell. Knicks now in numbers. Okeke, the Euro step, gets it out to the corner to Bay, and that's where he's been almost automatic. This time comes up short. Rebound to Jordan Hall. Bulls kind of dodged one there. Bay was open.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Sanogo getting that low post position. Too easy. Too easy.
But that's the thing we know about Sanogo is he just has superior footwork. Gets both guys off the ground and then steps through and takes the layup.
Boo Buie, the quick shot 3, comes up a little bit short. Bulls now up by 2, looking to take advantage with Moses Brown on the bench. Jordan Hall thought about a step back 3, shot clock at 5. He's going to have to get something up here on the rim. He goes at Bay with the left hand. Good finish there by Jordan Hall. You could see he wanted to find some room for the 3, but with the shot clock winding down, he went right to the bucket.
That's also Bay looking at Jordan Hall's eyes instead of waiting to react to what he was going to do offensively. He thought that, Jordan Hall was going to try to shoot a 3, so he extended his defense. Hall was able to get by and then finish with the left hand.
The battle between Donovan Williams and Marcus Domask continues. Williams that time just put his head down, tried to get into the body of Domask. He was able to get his way to the free throw line, but he's not messing around when he gets that ball in the half court.
See, now this is where Domask has to just stop talking to the official. Because right now he's over here talking to the official, telling the official that Williams is talking trash to him. What's the official going to do about that? That's where, Domask is just got to, let his play talk for, walk away. Don't let Williams talk trash to you, and then just talk with your game. If you don't want to get into a verbal altercation with him, then, just there you go.
Domask picked up his 3rd foul on that possession. They get the ball deep to Sanogo and missing from point-blank range. Ball speeding the other way. Domask with 3 fouls had to kind of step back, and Okeke came flying in for the putback jam.
And that's a tough ask for Sanogo, trying to keep up with Okeke to prevent him from getting off, getting on the boards. But good hustle, just couldn't quite get it done.
Damian Ball putting a lot of pressure on Domask, who's not really a point guard at 6'6", but he's handling those duties when Alex Schumacher gets a rest. Number 11, Caden Rice, coming in off the bench for the Knicks.
And I'd much rather see them run a little bit of a tighter dribble weave to where you can run your man off Sanogo's big body instead of, being 3 or 4 feet away and trying to get that pass because of the speed and length of Williams. You saw there he was able to, use that length and poke that ball away and get a deflection.
Bulls inbounding with only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hall again going to the left hand. Sanogo tipping it in, so give him another rebound as he closes in on the all-time rebounding mark in Windy City Bulls franchise history.
But that helps the Bulls take a 4-point lead, 74-70. The confidence you have as a player, knowing if you attack the rim but you miss, knowing that Sanogo might be there, makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, that time Emmanuel Miller got caught ball watching. He cut baseline. He got an easy layup.
Yeah. Jeopardize the defense. You got to, as they say, see the ball, see the man.
Jordan Jackson in off the bench. Schumacher with 7 on the shot clock, attacking Boo Buie. Tried to get it back to Jordan Hall, winds up in a turnover as Bay comes up with the steal for the Knicks.
So he got off balance, and so he didn't walk. He tried to make a pass, and it was just, high risk, high reward, but just couldn't get it through the defender.
A stop and go move by Okeke. He loses his dribble. Nice save by Boo Buie. Bay crashing into the paint. We get a blocking foul call on Windy City.
I'm curious. It looked like the Jackson was there. Was he inside the restricted area?
That's what Jackson's asking the official. He thought he was outside the restricted area, but the call is going to go against him. Timeout for Windy City. We got a good one here. 2-point lead for the home team with 2.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Back at Now Arena, you take a look at the bench for the Windy City Bulls. They've done a nice job defensively. Adama Sanogo, 8 rebounds, closing in on the all-time, or 9 rebounds now. He needs 1 more to pass Marko Simonovic as the all-time leading rebounder in Windy City Bulls franchise history.
Does it go? We're good? At 6:10, we had a 3-point shot that we're overturning to a 2.
For which team? So the official came over and they took a point away from somebody, but she didn't say which team. The 3-point shot was changed to a 2. It's the Knicks, so they lose a point on the shot by Okeke. We mentioned a good challenge by Adama Sanogo. That will go as a 2 instead of a 3. And now Bay will have a chance to put 2 points on the board for the Knicks, and he does. So now we've got a 1-point game. Windy City up 74-73, just to reset for you. Mark Shanowski, Will Purdue with you on the Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday Day game.
Now you see the Knicks come back out of that timeout, extend their defense. They're looking to create some havoc on this Windy City Bulls team that's found a little bit of rhythm today.
Jordan Hall between defenders and scoops it in. They kind of, was like the parting of the Red Seas. They just cleared a path for him.
They really did. They took off thinking he was going to make a pass, and he just put his head down, got inside the lane there, and was able to finish at the rim. Jordan Hall having a nice game with 19 points so far.
Okeke from long distance again. And Sanogo came out to challenge. He just moved a little bit further back and hit it over the top.
Yep, and that's where now you may need to think about with Okeke just denying him the basketball so that he can't get behind the three-point line. See if he'll cut back door or not, or if he's just stubborn because he wants to shoot the 3. What is that, his 6th-3 of the game?
Yeah, he's 6 for 10 from long range. Really impressive stuff. We get a foul call against Jordan Jackson. That's going to go against the Knicks, Damian Baugh. Bulls will inbound the ball side court.
You can see, what not being able to practice and play does for Sanogo. He does a great job of staying in shape. But when he's not able to get out here and practice, not only does it affect his rhythm, but, at the same time, it kind of affects his conditioning a little bit. And you can see him huffing and puffing. Billy doing a nice job of trying to get him a rest here as you go towards the end of this third quarter.
Boo Buie in the open court tries to fire it to the corner. Pass was tipped by Windy City, so it'll stay with the Knicks. That last possession on the inbounds, the Knicks came with a zone look to try to mess things up, and they got
extended the way out.
The three-point shot by Jordan Jackson, which is not his strong point.
Well, sometimes you ask yourself, why is that guy open? Well, he's open for a reason.
There's a reason, correct. Okeke left open as they double-teamed the ball. Bulls fortunate he missed that time, and Jordan Hall gets the loose ball for Windy City. Waka coming up to set the screen. Jordan Hall directing traffic. Gets the ball to his center. Bay does a good job of cutting off the baseline. Shot clock at 7. Hall trying to find something. Schumacher will have to shoot that. Gets it up on the rim. Milwaukee gets an extra possession. Here comes Jordan Jackson flying right down the lane. He gets knocked to the deck, and he'll go to the free throw line.
The Ball wants his coach to look at that play. He doesn't think he committed a foul because I think, and I agree with him, and just from the naked eye, you're looking at Jackson, and Jackson's kind of smiling here.
So second foul on Ball.
Comes in, he's flying. There's some contact. Yeah, I mean, I think it's, I know what Ball wants, but I think it's they're probably better off not looking at that.
Jordan Jackson unable to cash in at the free throw line, so we remain tied. Final minute of quarter number 3. Ball goes right to the hoop again. Jordan Hall caught ball watching, and his man cut to the basket, got a layup.
We've seen that a lot today, haven't we? Because of the fact these guys shoot the three so well, it extends the defense, but got to see ball and man. A couple guys have gotten caught ball watching, as you say, and don't have a hand or body on their man, and they cut back door and give up a layup.
Jordan Hall trying to find some operating space, gets the ball back to Jackson. He'll raise up from about 17 feet, hits the jumper with 7.8 seconds to go. We're tied at 78.
All right, let's see if you can make a stop here, prevent it from getting to the rim.
Knicks in a hurry, and Ball is going to be able to draw a foul.
Now, you could say that's the same exact play. We saw Jackson on the other end get the favorable whistle. I mean, this Ball guy, he's like being shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, he created the contact there, but the Bulls were trying to react to his speed and couldn't get in a legal guarding position.
It's like people that are car fanatics. What is it from 0 to 60?
So a missed free throw, block shot, and no points for the Knicks. So we're going to go to the fourth quarter, dead even at 78. Ball missed the free throw. Knicks had a chance to put it back, but a good block shot to deny him. We're set for an exciting final 12 minutes here on the King Holiday at Now Arena. We welcome you back to Now Arena. Of course, we're celebrating the life of civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Around the basketball world, he's being remembered. His teams are wearing special warm-up shirts to honor his memory. And we're set for an exciting finish here at Now Arena. Windy City has really come back after a tough loss on Saturday. The big man, Moses Brown, back for New York. An air ball. Nice block by Milwaukee. They reset the shot clock for some reason, and Billy Donovan's going, wait a minute. That can't be right.
Because they've had 2 shots at it. One was an air ball, one was a block.
1 second on the shot clock.
Hey, go diagonal here. Go diagonal.
1 second on the shot clock, they're saying.
Is that an estimation of what they think it is?
I thought we were going to get a 24-second shot clock violation, but they're going to give them a chance. Fortunately for the Bulls, O'Connell does not throw in that desperation heave.
All right. Remember, possession's 9/10 of the law. Take care of the basketball. Try to eliminate empty possessions. Get shots up at the rim here in this fourth quarter.
Schumacher working off the Milwaukee screen. He's open from 17 feet. Comes up short. Moses Brown clears the rebound for the Knicks. Boo Buie, the former Northwestern star, running the show. Milwaukee gets a hand on the pass, but Bowie able to reclaim. Do not let OKK shoot the 3. He has been unstoppable. Got 5 of them from long distance. Good pass, and there goes Jordan Jackson flying to the rim. That was special right there.
Tell you what, I thought OKK was getting ready to wind up to try to go up and block that shot, but he made a good, solid business decision.
He sure did.
Good double team that time on Boo Buie, taking some valuable seconds off the shot clock.
Jordan Jackson, the former NBA or G League slam dunk champion. Now Schumacher jumps the passing lane.
Oh.
But the Knicks able to get the steal right back with O'Connell. Don't leave OKK. They get the ball inside to O'Connell. Moses Brown left open. He stuffs it in.
Yep. That's just tough right now. You're in a scramble situation. You got to identify a man regardless of size differential, but while that's all going on, the Knicks do an excellent job of attacking and get a look right at the front of the basket. As you talked about earlier, Mark, we saw this in Saturday's game in the second half. Gone to looked like a 1-3-1 zone this time. Try to prevent them from getting any shots.
Jordan Jackson able to find a gap and hit the 15-footer just as the shot clock expired. So good work by the Bulls to find an opening, and Jackson hit the jumper. Boo Buie, a step back 3, and that's good. We've seen that so many times in Evanston. Boo Buie, the all-time leading scorer for the Wildcats.
Here we go. Now it's a situation, a 2-3 situation. 2 guards out front, 3 across the back.
Jackson going baseline. Thought about trying to dunk that, but he draws a foul.
And I think he could have easily dunked that because I think he thought that Brown was coming out to get him. Brown didn't want to pick up his foul, so he just kept his hands up. Yep.
Yeah, I think Jordan saw that 7'2" presence and thought, I'll just finger roll it in.
Yep. There was a little contact, and Brown gets called for the foul. It's right now they're leaving him out there.
See, Billy Donovan was talking with his point guard, Alex Schumacher, trying to get their priorities against his zone defense.
Leaving some points out there on the court by missing these free throws.
Jackson unable to convert the 1 free throw for 2 points. When we get to the final 2 minutes, we convert back to the traditional rules where every free throw is shot. But for now, it's 1 free throw on any shooting foul. O'Connell trying the back cut again, but Domask was not going to allow it that time. Now Bowie for 3, and when he heats up, he can put up a lot of points in a hurry. And I'm sure that Billy Donovan's going to tell his guards, you cannot let him get free.
Well, that's one thing about this Knicks team is they have some really good shooters, just all out on the perimeter.
Domask trying to answer his 3 balls a little bit long. Moses Brown coming up to set the screen. They're trying to free Bowie. Steph Curry distance, and that's off the back iron. Little heat check for Boo Bowie.
Best part was, Mark, I don't know if you saw it, but on his way back, he kind of peeked over here to look at the coach, see if there's any type of reaction.
Jackson again flying to the bucket. Milwaukee with the putback.
But also, what'd you see Brown there, the big fella, because he's got 5 fouls, just gave ground, but then took himself out of the play, which allowed Milwaukee to come in and get the putback.
Okeke doing all kinds of one-on-one moves, crossover dribble, spin, able to draw the foul. Jordan Jackson called for the foul. So Okeke will go to the line. It's the only area where he struggled. He's 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Bulls are going to try to have to come up with some ways to attack this zone defense. It looks like the Knicks feel like that's something they can really use against this Bulls team. 1 for 4 now for Okeke, leaving points at the line.
He'll be thinking about that on the bus ride.
That's for sure.
Now again, Knicks still in this 2-3 zone.
Milwaukee comes up short, a little short-armed against the 7-2 Brown.
Well, they got the Knicks defense got the deflection, but the ball ended up in Milwaukee's hands. I'm really surprised, and I'm wondering again if Adama's knee is bothering him to the point where they just are trying to be very careful with the amount of minutes he's got. With Brown with 5 fouls, the Knicks have gone into this 2-3 zone. The Windy City Bulls have had trouble, getting shots at the rim, having to settle for jump shots. Bring in Sanogo and see what you can get at the rim.
Jordan Hall trying to force a pass inside to Jackson, knocked away, and the Knicks running the other way. Donovan Williams, he's going to put his head down, try to get to the bucket. Miller, good defense, taking the ball away from Bay, and Windy City on the attack. We get the ball into Domask in the paint against the 7'2" Brown. He's got nowhere to go. Still 10 on the shot clock. Ball's kicked out of bounds, so they'll reset that to 14.
Did him a little favor there with the kick ball. Only gained 3 seconds, but it gives them a chance to reset their offense. They were scrambling a little bit and didn't have a lot of options.
Bulls trailing by 2, need to get a good shot here. They find Jordan Hall wide open. That's a good shot. We'll take that every time.
Yeah, Jordan Hall now 4 of 6 from behind the arc. Nice job with scoring 22 points coming off the bench.
He has really been something. Mr. Instant Offense playing that 6-man role.
Oh, microwave, Vinnie Johnson from the Pistons.
Williams trying to cross over. Hall knocks it away. And Knicks coach Tagana Diop wants a kickball to get more time on the shot clock. Not going to win that argument. So the Knicks, when we come back from a timeout, will have 8 seconds on the shot clock. Right now, Windy City with a 1-point lead. Great game here on a Monday afternoon. Welcome back to Now Arena. Okay, we got to be honest. The food is all gone. That bag is empty. But the promotion still remains, courtesy of our friends at Bear Family Restaurants. When the Bulls win the game and score 100 points, all the fans on their way out will be given a card they can redeem for a free Big Mac at participating Bear family restaurants. So
yeah, somebody over here after eating their food's taking a nap, and it might be that guy with the Bulls jersey.
Yeah, Darius enjoyed the fries. He shared some food with me, though, so I appreciate Bear family restaurants dropping off some hot food for us to enjoy here on a Monday afternoon.
Well, your timing was perfect. If you wouldn't have asked, I think he would have forgotten to ask you.
Block shot knocked out of bounds, so the Knicks will retain possession. Only 3 on the shot clock.
I do that to my wife all the time, but I tell her, I'm an only child, right?
Bay continuing his three-point barrage in this 2-game series. He now is 4 of 6 from long distance. Bay with 16 points off the bench for Sagana Diop and the Knicks.
How about the Knicks as a team? 16 out of 42 for 38%.
Domas probing, trying to get that foul against Moses Brown. They get the ball inside. Emmanuel Miller between defenders. I think the foul is not going to go against Brown, but it will send Miller to the line.
Excellent job of planting his feet, squaring up. First and foremost, making sure he catches the ball. Great pump fake. Look at this. Whoop. And then after he gets Bay up on his feet, just takes it up, gets the foul. Just can't quite get it to roll in.
I'm sure you've seen this situation on the NBA level. Sometimes it can work to a detriment when you're trying to get a 6th foul on a guy. Get out of your offense a little bit trying to draw that foul. That time you could see Miller wanted to get that big man to commit, but he got the foul from behind on Bay.
It's almost like sometimes you see opposing coaches as well, Mark, like you talk about get you out of your offense. And they identify a weak defender, and they try to go at that defender, but it's not within their offensive system, and it bogs down their offense. Problem with this Knicks team is they got so many shooters and so many guys like Baugh and Williams that can put the ball on the deck and attack with speed.
Yeah, they really stretch your defense out. Brown trying to crash for the tip-in. Goes back to Donovan Williams. Milwaukee with the rejection. No soup for you, Donovan Williams. Bulls running. Marcus Domask for 3. Off the iron. Good tip out by Miller. Hall for 3. Milwaukee gets him another possession. Ball kicks it over to Domask. He says, forget this 3-point stuff. Well, they will go back to Hall. And he gets it finally. The 4th try is the charm for the Windy City Bulls. Jordan Hall having a huge game off the bench. He's got 25 as Windy City edges in front by 3.
He's got 5 of 8 from behind the arc, but great effort that time. They couldn't get the rebound. They kept the ball alive and just gave themselves 4 opportunities and finally got one to drop.
We get a foul on Hall off the ball as you see him making that last 3-point shot. He has been on quite a hot streak for the Bulls during this 8-game homestand.
Now remember, when Sanogo came in the 3rd quarter, they went straight to him 3 times in a row. Will they do the same again when they get the ball on the offensive end?
Moses Brown had good post position, but they didn't see him. Ball going behind the back. Shot clock about to expire. Okeke just barely beats it.
They're going to say he did. I thought the ball was still in his hands. All right, nice job defensively. And the officials agree.
They're the ones with the most important decision there. 24-second shot clock violation. The ball will go back over to the Windy City Bulls.
And that's the other thing. We talked about this on Saturday, but there is an official in the stands from the NBA evaluating these officials to see about who they think is ready to be called up.
Domask will try a 3-ball. Give it to him. Marcus Domask gets a big 3-pointer, extends the lead to 6 points for the Bulls.
Excellent job, though, with his dribble of getting the defender to finally go up underneath the screen and got his feet set and was able to knock it down.
Bay trying to free up some airspace. He's been red hot from the 3-point line. Ooh. Donovan Williams. I don't know how he got that dunk over the rim. I mean, he had to ward off a defender and then throw it in with the right hand.
Yep, that was impressive. I thought maybe he had his eyes closed. It's just same type of thing. I didn't see that coming, and great finish.
Domask, the corner 3 this time. Windy City taps it out. Unfortunately, that's going to start a fast break for the Knicks. Okeke trying to push off. He's going to get a very generous whistle there as they're going to call foul on E.J. Liddell. It looked like a little push off by Okeke.
That's what I thought. Here we go. So he comes off. Yep. Initially sticks that left hand into the midsection of Liddell. Liddell does an excellent job, in my opinion, of giving ground. Probably should have been a no call.
Liddell wanted the Bulls coaching staff to challenge, but they decided not to. Okeke now 1 for 5 at the free throw line. He shot so well. He should shoot his free throws from the three-point line.
Yep.
He'd be a lot better off.
The old Rasheed Wallace say, ball don't lie.
Playground justice. Unfortunately, Bulls with a turnover. Here comes Okeke again. Liddell was going to swat that. The loose ball, though, goes to Bay, and he's able to finish. So Adama Sanogo picking up a rebound. He is now the franchise leader all time in rebounds. Congratulations to Adama. We'll talk more about that on the other side. Windy City up by 2, 3:40 left to go here at Now Arena. Again, we want to congratulate Adama Sanogo. That was his 728th rebound as a member of the Windy City Bulls, passing Marko Simonovic as the franchise all-time leader. He is relentless on the glass, Will.
He is, but think about it. It's not like he's a high flyer. He doesn't really jump over guys, steals rebounds. He positions himself properly. He knows how to use his body. He's got a quick second, third jump. But he does a really good job of just knowing where the basketball is. But he also takes time to watch film, Mark. And he knows, like, when his teammates shoot the ball, much like Dennis Rodman did, he has a tendency to know where the misses are going to go.
So the Knicks come out of the timeout in that zone defense. Liddell at the free throw line. That's how you attack the zone.
You got to get the ball to the middle, but they did an excellent job of swinging it around the perimeter, forced the Knicks defense to move and adjust. Then Liddell slid up from the backside, was able to catch, pivot, and shoot before the defense could react.
Liddell's had a quiet game offensively, but he hits a big jumper there. Bulls trying to run Okeke off the three-point line. Donovan Williams, though, gets a look, and he splashes one.
How many times have you seen the Knicks knock down contested threes today?
They've done a much better job of getting the hand up on the shooters, but Williams able to hit it. He's now 3 of 7 from long range. He's got 22 points. Try to drop the ball off to Sanogo. Reclaims after bottling it for a second. Still 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hall gets an open look. That's good. Jordan Hall for 3 and a foul. He'll have a chance for a 4-point play. Coming at a great time, Will.
But that's where you also see Williams. He's not arguing. Pass over the top of the defense. Boom. Kind of out of the frame of the shot, but
Jordan Hall, 28 points in the game. Have a chance to add one more to it. 6 of 9 from long distance. It has been an impressive performance by the 6'7" forward, and he converts the free throw. Windy City, 5-point lead, 2.5 minutes to go. Now it's time. They got to make sure they contest those three-point shooters, try to run them off the line. Baugh kicking it back out. Bay goes to the bucket and misses. Sanogo trying to grab the rebound, knocked out of bounds. Every one of the Windy City players twirling the
Sanogo
finger.
got the rebound, but it got knocked out of his hands. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen 4 guys react that way. Usually it's just one.
It was like a bad act from Saturday Night Fever. Everybody's twirling their fingers there. They're going to challenge that one.
Where's the white sport coat, Mark?
That's right. Staying alive. The Bulls are staying alive here in the fourth quarter as the officials go to the monitor. Gus T. Bull, he's on fire as well. It's been a fun morning, early afternoon here at Now Arena. Fans are enjoying a good show by the home team, and as always, plenty of entertainment during the timeouts, courtzy of our guy Gus T. Bull.
Well, let's see if the Bulls can hold on and win this game. It'll definitely make our lunch taste a lot better.
That's for sure. I've been really impressed. I talked to Billy before the game. He's always friendly, always open. But you could see that there was a lot of intensity in terms of they wanted to put on a good showing. They take a lot of pride in their home court performances, and he told me flat out, he goes, that wasn't us on Saturday.
All across the board. They weren't ready to play. New York just came out and, took them behind the woodshed. And the effort was there in the second, third, and fourth quarters, but it was almost like one of those things, the harder they tried, the worse it got.
Right.
And then the Knicks just almost played the perfect game. Just their ability to get in the paint and finish at the rim, the ability to knock down threes. They generated turnovers with their defense. It just, and I don't want to say they didn't come in unprepared, but they came in confident. But that's where you talk about a team. Does a team have pride? Do they have heart? How do they respond, to when something like that happens? And
let's give credit to the Knicks too. I mean, this is a really good team. They're 7-4 in the regular season. They won the Showcase Cup tournament down in Orlando. They're the two-time reigning champions in the Showcase Cup, and as you've mentioned, loaded with shooters with a 7'2" center.
Yep. Now, what has happened? The Bulls, in my opinion, have been the aggressor. They've made some mistakes, but they've made those mistakes going full speed. And the biggest thing is they've gotten Brown into foul trouble and took away his aggression and basically taken him out of the game. Now, also the Bulls had Adama Sanogo tonight, unlike this afternoon, unlike on Saturday. And I also think when Sanogo's in the game,
After
here we go.
Review, the out of bounds has been changed from Westchester ball to Windy City ball.
Well, there you go, another victory for the Windy City Bulls as they get a reversal. Billy Donovan wins the challenge after 4 of the 5 players were staying alive and dancing to the beat of a lead here in the fourth quarter. So the Bulls will inbound baseline, 24 seconds on the shot clock, 2:17 to go on the game clock.
Now you just got to take care of the basketball. And you've seen it a couple times. Your best offense is a missed shot because you can get the rebound and take some more time off the shot clock.
So now the Knicks are out of their zone trying to pressure the ball handlers, and Okeke comes in and gets a steal. He pushes off again against Liddell. Will we get a foul called? Going to go against EJ.
And I'm okay with that because I would much rather you do that than give up a layup. Because what's the one thing that Okeke's had trouble with? He's missed a lot of free throws today. I mean, he's 1 for 5. So, there's a lot of doubt in his head right now about what has to happen. And the fact you're down 5, he knows how big well, how about, it's right at 2 minutes.
He's shooting the 2.
I was like,
so
is it less than 2 or 2 minutes or less?
He's got to shoot both of the. No. Moses Brown skied in for the rebound, but no, we're in the final 2 minutes. He's got to shoot both of them.
He's like, the easiest 2 points of the game. What are you talking about?
Well, it's pretty easy when the other team knows the rules.
Yeah.
So, Okeke, who's had a marvelous 2 games here at Now Arena, has really struggled at the free throw line.
Now 1 of 6. Look at.
They got to block out Brown.
He's got 25 points
again,
and he's missed 6 free throws.
But the Knicks get the rebound. Fortunately, Bay had a toe on the end line, so a turnover. The ball will go back to Windy City, and Okeke's free throw shooting really hurt the Knicks in this game.
Well, he's left 6 points. I'm sorry, 8 points.
That's going to kill you
on the
in a
board,
close
and
game.
he already has 25. And you're only down 5. That's huge.
Sanogo setting the screen for Jordan Hall. Finds his way into the paint. Little floater comes off. Loose ball goes out of bounds, and the baseline official looking for some help. They're calling a jump ball. Nobody seemed to have a good look at it, so they're.
Well, there were a lot of bodies around the ball, and I'd much rather you just admit that I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And if necessary, go to the monitor to make that call. But you had two officials on this side of the floor who didn't see it. Both of them admitted that they couldn't make the call because they were blocked out because of the number of bodies. The third official said, well, in that case, it's a jump ball situation. But now inside 2 minutes, you can go to the monitor.
So they'll take a look on possession there. You know, that last possession was interesting, Will. Adama Sanogo was like a pulling guard. He kind of came around and cleared the way for that little floater in the lane. Unfortunately, it rolled off the rim, but he cleared Moses Brown out of there with a nice pulling guard block.
But you notice how he just put his hands up in the air so the officials could see him?
Right.
He's trying to eliminate the possibility of the official blowing the whistle.
Yeah, the points in the paint thing has really been interesting, Will. 58-34 in favor of the Bulls after they just got wiped out in that category on Saturday. Points in the paint on Saturday was 82-62 in favor of the Knicks. And, of course, having Sanogo back makes a big difference.
So let's do a reset here as I'm looking up at the board. The Knicks only have 3 team fouls, so they have 1 to give. The Bulls have 4, so the next whistle will put the Knicks to the free throw line.
We got 1 timeout for each team. You also, in the G League, are able to use a reset timeout where you can't huddle, but you can advance the ball.
So now, just to be clear, this call is about who did the ball go off of, correct?
Right.
Who has possession?
It's all about possession here. Baseline official did not get a good look, so they went to the monitor for some help, and now they're talking it over. One official signaled jump ball, and the other 2 kind of looked and weren't sure. So we'll see what the determination is here.
So I can read her lips. Here we go.
After review, the event has been changed to Westchester ball out of bounds.
Oh.
All right, so that one did not go in favor of the Bulls, but they went to the monitor to try to get it right, and that's what you want.
I thought she said that we got to stop with these going to the monitors. We got reservations for lunch at 1:30.
So the Knicks will inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Minute 43 to go. They're trailing by 5. And again, the big focus for the Bulls, stop the three-point shot. 16 of them so far for the Westchester Knicks. They're shooting 38% from long distance.
No threes, but also keep Brown off the boards.
Wow, going baseline. Williams, you knew that was coming. Once he turned the corner, he was thinking he had some nasty intentions.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, he had 1 or 2 options. He was either going to get fouled or he was going to finish with authority.
His ability to fly over the top and dunk is really impressive.
Tell you what, I've been impressed these 2 games with what he can do. Knock down the 3, how he handles the ball, the aggression of which he attacks the rim.
Domask, a very difficult shot inside. The rebound knocked around. Hall will reclaim. Bulls with 14 on the shot clock. Minute to go. Emmanuel Miller gets a look at 3, and that comes up way short. Adama gets the rebound. Goes up with the left hand, but can't get it to go. Moses Brown with the rebound. Here come the Knicks. Ball speeding in the open court. Gets it to go off glass. We got a 1-point game with 49 seconds to go. Bad luck for Adama on that last one.
It really was. I mean, listen, he had to go for the basket because it was an air ball, and the shot clock did not reset.
All right, Bulls 16 on the shot clock. 1-point lead. Jordan Hall being guarded out front by Jamal Bay. Little step through move, flips it up over his head. Very difficult shot. The rebound goes to Moses Brown, who falls down. I got to call something.
How is that not a walk?
They're going to call a jump ball, which is not a good thing for the Bulls because Brown is 7-2. Looked like a travel there.
How about a delay of game? He intentionally rolled the ball down to the other end of the floor. I mean, and that's the thing. The Knicks already have a delay of game.
Windy City Bulls players and head coach Billy Donovan not happy at all with the determination here. Brown
fall
falls
down like that,
rolls
isn't that a
over.
travel?
Yeah, and yet they bail him out by calling a jump ball because it's 7-2. Unless somehow Adama could steal the tip, the Knicks are going to get possession here.
But that's also where you got guys like Miller. And the official came over to let him know that if the Bulls get the tap, the shot clock goes to 14 seconds. And if the Knicks get it, it gets reset.
Adama with a good idea trying to steal it, and he does. The quick jump. He knew what he was going to do. You You've been in those situations many times, Will.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're at a shot clock situation. Referees want to reset it to 14.
They're discussing it. Remember that she came over
Yeah.
to the scorer's
Yeah.
table and said, if the Bulls get the jump, which you
Referee's
did.
coming over. Here's the quick tip, Will. Yeah, Sagana Jop very unhappy as you see the winning tip by Sonogo there.
So they said there was a change of possession because Moses Brown actually had the basketball.
Right, so the Bulls can milk all of this clock unless they come in to foul. They got a foul. There's only a 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. So finally, the Knicks coaches got a hold of their players going, hey, we got a foul.
They're still discussing amongst themselves how was their, the shot clock set back to 24 because there was a change of possession.
And that was only
which I was confused about because I thought she said to the scorer's table that if the Bulls won the tip, the shot clock was supposed to go to 14, which the scorer's table did.
Well, you mentioned there's an evaluator in the crowd. They're going to get some demerit points on that one. That was not handled well because they had made one decision that they were going to give the Bulls 14, and then the other official decided that it was a change of possession when Brown got the loose ball. I'm not, it was kind of touch and go on whether the Knicks actually had possession in that situation.
Well, I think if we go back and we think about that jump ball situation, remember Brown gets the rebound.
So it's got to be possession if you call it jump ball, right?
Right, but that both Sonogo and I think Miller were trying to get a jump ball situation, which was not called immediately. He falls down. Time still goes off the clock, so the jump ball was not called until after he went to the ground and Sonogo reached down and grabbed the ball. So they definitely had possession. So there was a change of possession, so it should have gone to 24 seconds regardless of who won the tip.
So let's reset now. Bulls up by 10.6 seconds to go. E.J. Liddell was fouled, but that was only the fourth team foul, the first in the last 2 minutes. The Knicks are going to have to foul again to send a Bulls player to the line, and then, of course, the Bulls player after a foul will have to shoot 2 free throws.
And this is why I don't necessarily like that timeout call by Billy, because now Domas and the team, they don't have a timeout. They have to get the ball in bounds.
And they do foul E.J. Liddell in the backcourt, so he will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. He has not shot a free throw so far in this game.
But also, I was really surprised because he was mad that he didn't get the foul call. When Brown stood up, he rolled the ball to the other end of the floor away from the officials intentionally. And usually that's a delay of game call, which the Knicks already have won. So that would have been a technical and a free throw for the Bulls. But lo and behold, it didn't happen. Liddell did an excellent job of stepping up and knocking down the first shot.
Very calmly, nice rotation on that free throw, knocked down the first. He'll try to make it a 3-point lead. And he does. Good clutch shooting by E.J. Liddell. Now they're going to take advantage of that rule I told you about, the reset timeout. They have this in the WNBA. You can advance the ball to midcourt, but no huddle for either team. 9.7 seconds left. Obviously, the Knicks need a 3-point shot. We'll see if Billy Donovan decides to take a deliberate foul.
But I was about to say, with the Knicks shooting 40% from behind the arc, do you deliberately foul to send them to the free throw line and not even give them an opportunity to even get a shot up?
Yeah, I think I would do that, but the problem is if they try to miss the second free throw, you got that 7'2" guy under the bucket.
That's a big body right there.
Tough choices here for Billy Donovan and his staff. They get it to the backcourt, to the very speedy Damian Baugh, trying to get in 3-point shooting position. Tough shot. Oh my goodness. Jamal Bay hits the three-pointer like he's been doing all weekend, and now the Bulls will use a timeout to advance the ball with 4.7 seconds left. Jamal Bay, 5 of 7 from long distance. He's been raining those threes, and he was asking for a foul, which he may have been
tough
fouled.
Shot.
Yeah.
I mean, what else?
He was off balance.
Yep.
And nothing but net.
There's nothing else E.J. Liddell could have done outside of trying to deny the basketball, but that was a very tough shot.
So here we go, tied at 103, 4.7 seconds left to go. Emmanuel Miller will inbound, having a tough time getting it in, knocked away by Okeke, so the Bulls will inbound baseline with 3.3 seconds to go. That was a very difficult entry pass.
That was, and somehow I think you got to find a way to get this ball to Sonogo. Somewhere inside the paint, I have a feeling at this point Brown would go for the ball fake, and then you'd get Sonogo to go to the free throw line. But this is also why, unfortunately, I wish Billy wouldn't have called that timeout, because you'd have one in your pocket. Could have set up a play here on the side, or possibly you could have set up a play right now, on the baseline side. So this is where practice comes into play. You've made a call. Let's see if you can execute the play.
So Jordan Hall will trigger. Maybe he'll get a return pass for a look at a shot. E.J. Liddell, a difficult 18-footer blocked by Okeke. We will head to overtime. And overtime in the G League, you have a target score. You add 7 to the total, so the first team to 110 will win the game. Will you? I know you had reservations for lunch, but we're going to play a little extra basketball.
Well, there's nothing wrong with free basketball.
And that shot by Bay, I mean, you see it so many times. A guy, desperation three, and he drains it.
Yeah, but that's where we had the conversation about, do you foul or allow him to get the shot? Once he's caught it, you can't foul him because he's in the shooting motion. E.J. Liddell did the right thing. He backed off. That's why I was saying, in the situation like that, just overplay, and if you foul him, send him to the free throw line. But as you pointed out, as big as Brown is at 7'2", you kind of put yourself in an awkward situation there as well.
I've seen it so many times here in the G League and at the NBA level. Coaches are reluctant to foul in that situation. I guess they're worried, as you mentioned, that the player is going to foul them as they go up in their shooting motion.
Yep, because then you're really putting the onus on the official, and the official then's got to make a decision. Yeah. Were they just catching it? Were they in the shooting motion?
This last shot by E.J. Liddell there, he was trying to get Okeke off his feet, but he didn't bite on it.
Well, I thought Okeke did a nice job of extending his hand but not bringing it down onto Liddell, so the officials didn't blow the whistle and make a call. But again, I'm just really surprised those last 2 times that they didn't try to get the ball to Sonogo at all.
If you watch the basketball tournament that runs during the summers with former college stars, this is the Elam ending. First team to 110 will win the game. He had 7 points to the score at the end of regulation. Marcus Domask as the Bulls try to draw first blood. Adama Sonogo for 3. Kind of an odd time to try a 3-point shot. Comes long off the iron. Now the Knicks will have a chance. Ball being picked up by Emmanuel Miller. Shot clock at 10. He'll fire a 3. That's no good. Miller gets the rebound, knocked off out of his hands. It'll go to the Bulls.
I think that ball went off Miller because you see him. He was demanding the ball from the official.
And now they're going to get a turnover on this play. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was about to say knocked off his leg.
Yep. But they end up turning it over anyways.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You got a break, and then they threw it away.
So far in this overtime, you got an ill-timed 3 by Sonogo. Now you got a turnover.
And ball goes right to the bucket and lays it in.
The one reason why the Knicks have the advantage, in my opinion, here in this overtime situation is it's just, they have so many offensive weapons on their end of the floor.
Jordan Hall has to handle the point guard responsibilities, pressured out front by Donovan Williams. Bulls got nothing going right now, really stagnant in the half court. Hall will try a long shot off the back iron, no good. Domask gets him an extra possession, but again, everybody's standing around, nobody's moving.
Going to isolation basketball, and you got to get to what got you there, and unfortunately another turnover. You work hard to get that offensive rebound, but you can't take advantage of it.
Yeah, Domask had nowhere to go with the ball, so he put his head down. There were 3 Knicks defenders waiting for him in the paint. Bay called for a travel, so the Bulls catch a break there.
This is one of those situations where sometimes you forget about what got you to where you were, and then all of a sudden you go to isolation, screen roll basketball. You got to have player movement, ball movement to keep this defense occupied instead of trying to beat guys off the dribble, beat them with the pass.
Sonogo out front again, nothing going in the half court.
There
Jordan Hall, a long 3 is short.
Bulls can't buy a bucket.
Donovan Williams will try a long 3. That comes up way short. Early in the shot clock, not a great shot there by Donovan Williams. Bulls got to get something going in the half court. Hall thought about the 3. They'll reset 14 on the shot clock. Domask puts his head down, but he's being guarded by the 7'2" Brown. Spinning Hall in the paint. Shot clock winding down. It's at 4. They got to get something up at the rim. Domask forcing up a 3. Rebound to Sonogo. No foul. Wow. Here come the Knicks.
A lot of bodies on the ground. How about that?
They missed the cutting ball, and they'll reset now. Knicks up by 2. The target score again is 110, which means the first team to reach 110 will win this game. Williams, puts his head down off his leg. Turnover against the Knicks. Bulls have been doing some good work on defense, but they can't buy a bucket.
No, but I'll tell you what, their defense is there, and how about the officials? They're letting these teams play. They don't want to be the ones to decide this game.
So Billy Donovan calling a timeout, trying to set up something. Alex Schumacher not in the game, so they really don't have a point guard on the floor. Jordan Hall's been asked to handle that responsibility. He's done a good job shooting the ball, but got 5 turnovers, and it's a lot to ask of a guy that's normally a small forward.
Yep. But I like this timeout by Billy Donovan because the offense had become stagnant and stale and turned into 4 guys standing around and trying to go one-on-one.
There you see Donovan Williams, and
that was a great job by Miller. The ball went off Williams' leg.
I think maybe they should try to get Miller coming off a screen or something on the move where he can go to the basket. They just really have not gotten anything trying to work around the perimeter, and Sonogo inside has given up so much size lengthwise to Moses Brown.
But I think with Moses Brown now, this being overtime, you get a nice little ball fake, you're going to get him up in the air and probably get his 6th foul.
So we'll see what Billy Donovan has drawn up here. Bulls desperately in need of a bucket. There it is, Miller on the move, trying to get him going to the basket. He got fouled. That's going to go against Donovan Williams. So we'll send Emmanuel Miller to the line. And in overtime, you shoot all your free throws.
Well, you saw a little bit of a dribble weave. He turns the corner. It's kind of a 50-50 call, but that's, the call you expect to get when you play at home.
We don't have direct communication to Billy, but he obviously heard me saying that. Let's get Emmanuel Miller on the move. We could draw up some plays here, but we're a long distance from the Bulls bench. We have no direct line to Billy.
We don't have a bat phone.
Right. So Miller, clutch free throw shooting, knocks down 2. Bulls tie it up. Now they need another defensive stop. Bay out front, they run a little dribble weave action. Williams wants to get to the bucket. Oh, Domask almost able to get that steal. Shot clock at 8. Ball waiting for his big man to set the screen. Sonogo coming out. They get an open look for Williams.
Oh!
He beats the shot clock for 3. The Knicks now 2 points away from winning this game. The Bulls have to answer in this possession. Oh, and they take it away from Domask. He tried to spin, and Baugh took it away from him. One more bucket would do it for New York. Williams trying to go baseline. Behind the back, goes at Domask and misses. Sonogo stepped out of bounds before he threw the ball off the Knicks defenders. So the Knicks will have the ball baseline with a chance to draw up a play to win the game as Saganajop calls a timeout. He wants to draw something up for a possible winning bucket. Woo. We've talked about the fact the Bulls are shorthanded at the point guard position, and there, Domask, playing against a very good defender, and Baugh tried to spin on him, and he was just waiting for him.
Well, we talked, as you mentioned, because of the lack of, a primary ball handler, you've had Halls had to have some of the ball handling duties, Domask, and it's not their strength. They're decent ball handlers, but against the constant pressure that the Knicks team has been able to provide and how far and how extended they play their defense, they've gotten a lot of deflections. They've generated a lot of turnovers. I think Sonogo's asking for a foul from the officials because I think he feels like he got pushed from behind.
And he also thought that he was able to throw the ball off the Knicks player before he put down that foot out of bounds. So he didn't like anything about that whole sequence of plays. And, he's been getting knocked to the deck on the other end and not getting fouls. As you mentioned, the officials are letting them play. They want the players to decide it. But sometimes when there's bodies all over the court, you got to call something.
Yep. It's like bowling pins just scattered everywhere.
The Knicks will inbound underneath their own basket or underneath the Bulls basket with a chance to set up something to win the game. Any basket will do it for New York with the target score at 110. Okeke being guarded by E.J. Liddell. Now they reset. Baugh defended by Marcus Domask. A staggered screen here. Donovan Williams setting the screen. They get the matchup that they want. Baugh going at Miller. Now it's Bay. Strong to the hoop.
Oh, he gets it to go in.
He gets it to go, and the Knicks, who were in dire straits late in this game, were able to force overtime, and they get to the target score of 110. So it is an overtime win for the Westchester Knicks. They sweep the 2 games here at Now Arena against the Windy City Bulls, and unfortunately, Windy City got off to a great start on this homestand, but they dropped the final 2. They'll wind up with a 4-4 record in these 8 games in January. We'll be back to take a look at final stats, get some thoughts from Will after a timeout. Welcome back to Dow Arena. The Windy City Bulls with a tough loss today in overtime to the Westchester Knicks, 110-105. You see Gus T. Bull taking it hard. They're trying to console him at midcourt. It was tough because the Bulls looked like they had this game in the bag. You know, they played really well on the defensive end. Will, they kind of flipped the script on what happened on Saturday. Had a 3-point lead in the final 7 seconds or so, and Jamal Bay hit a really tough shot, an off-balance 3 to send this to overtime.
It was, and then again, that leads to the question, do you foul, do you not foul? But
it's the age-old question.
You know, it's one of those things that the effort today was much better.
It was excellent.
The execution was much better. They did an excellent job on the boards. You know, I want to tip my hat to Adama Sanogo playing injured. You know, I got the chance to talk to him before the game. He said he's only about 80%, but, you know, seeing how they lost on Saturday, he wanted to give it a shot. You know, I think he made a difference. They got Brown into foul trouble, but unfortunately all for naught. But I think they should be happy with their effort. Doesn't necessarily mean much to a player because you still lost the game and you exerted all that effort. But I think that'll help them with some momentum going into the next game, considering they lost these last 2.
The Bulls flipped the battle in terms of points in the paint, but the three-point shot was again the big weapon for the Westchester Knicks. They made 19 out of 47 for 40%, none bigger than the one by Jamal Bay that sent the game to overtime. He finished with 23 points, 5 of 7 for three-point land. Donovan Williams led the Knicks with 27. The Bulls had all 5 starters in double figures and 2 bench players. Jordan Hall leading the way, 29 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. He was outstanding. So the Bulls with a game effort They pushed the Knicks all the way, but come up on the short end of a 110-105 score. I want to thank our great crew, our director, Steve Grine, our producer, Joe DiGiacomo, our audio engineer, Darius Lawrence. My partner, Will Perdue, will be back February 6th for our next home game.
Looking
Have a
forward
great
to
day.
it, my friend.
This copyrighted broadcast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA G League.